You're back for another story time, aren't you?
Hello.
Hello, hi, dumelang bo baby, bo lava, bo sweetie. Hello. And hi. Kinatsenolo, welcome and welcome back to Thrive Out Loud. So, the house rules. Remember, in here we like, we comment, we subscribe, we click on the bell notification, we share, and we tell a friend to tell another friend to bring some popcorn. Let's get into today's discussion. So, hey, by now we fetched my mother. I just think so in today's episode I just want us to fetch my dad for like 2 minutes. I just want to have a good 2-minute rant because I feel like over the last couple of videos I've been going on and on about my mother, because obviously that's the one that stings the most. But it doesn't mean this guy is innocent. Today I just want to give my mom a break. I want us to fetch this guy, my dad. Today's discussion will be all about absent dads, absent fathers, you deadbeats, whatever you want to call them. Today we are on top of them. Today I'm being on top of the dog. Let's get into it. So, if you haven't already watched the other story times that I did, I'll link them somewhere here, somewhere. But the background is that my mom and dad had me when my mom was quite young. My mom had me during her first year, and life went on. The two were never really in a relationship. I am assuming it was just a thing that happened that led to a baby. And I was then raised by my grandmother while my mom was completing school. During that time, my dad was out of the picture. Now, just to paint an even broader picture, my mom's home, like my grandmother's house, my maternal grandmother's house, and my paternal grandmother's house are in the same neighborhood. I would say a young 5-10 minute drive. They knew they, right? So, just keep that in mind as the story goes on, right? So, during that time, my mom is completing school. My dad is just in limbo. I think I saw him a couple of times during that time. He would come see me and then go sharp. And because that's what I know, I didn't know I'm being robbed of a whole relationship with a father, right? And as I stated in my other story before, that this only clicked when I was like maybe 10, 11, when I was now in boarding school, to say, but other people have things called dads and I don't know what that is. I can't relate. What is that? But anyway, yeah, then life moved on. So down to my dad. My dad was the type of person who would disappear for good 3-4 years and rock up out of the blue, find you wherever you were, and love bomb you, which is toxic. It's very toxic. So he'd find me wherever I am. If I was in boarding school, then he would call me or make means to come and see me. And upon that meeting, upon whenever we meet after he went missing for a good that he is a ghost of note. After the ghosting, he would come back, come and go, ghost for a couple of years, come back. So after the ghosting episodes, he'd find you, love bomb you, and he'd basically make you feel loved. He'll make you feel like all along he's been trying to get hold of you. He'll make you feel like right. So as a young child, it meant a lot when he would come, with whatever he had. It could be a Barbie doll, it could be anything at all that just had my name on it. It excited me because it says you put some thought into it. I'm very sentimental. You could literally give me chippies here, chippies, but for the mere fact that when you bought it, you were thinking of me, I'll hold on to it. So, obviously that's a thing. That's the wave he was riding on, right? Then life goes on. Then he tracked me down sometime during boarding school on some, hi, no, I'm making plans for you to come live with me. I think he lived somewhere in Joburg at that time. I'm making plans for you to come live with me. I know I've missed out on your life, but I want to be here, and I believed him. Then after that, he ghosted again. It's like he just gets deleted from existence. That guy's a magician, hey? He has to be a magician. He just poof into thin air again. Then I think I completed boarding school. Then, I moved back home, and then I was attending school at home, and I was now living with my mother. And I think during my entire high school, there was one attempt or one occurrence where he attempted to come see me, but obviously he was not allowed to see me, not just the two of us. So my mom was there, you know, listening and watching, and like she was just here and kind of steering the conversation and making sure that, looking back, she was making sure that this guy doesn't say anything that will implicate her or make her look any type of way. I'll explain what that means at a later stage, right? So okay, and then guy went poof, ghost again. And then I did my matric. Now when I did my matric, I lived with my grandmother, which meant I lived closer to my dad than to my mom. But even in that whole entire year, I didn't see the guy. He was just,
yo, spook J, like spook,
you know. And throughout that whole entire time, I have no relationship with him, his family, his mother, you know. I have no relationship with his whole entire side of, you know, my bloodline. And I wasn't bothered, to be quite honest, because you can't be bothered by what you don't know, you know. Life goes on, and then baby girl went to varsity, and varsity was on its own. I think I'll do a whole story time about varsity, but varsity was, you know, that on its own. So throughout my varsity, I would be contacted by, you know, I keep joking about how I had quite a lot of dads growing up, but that's just the reality. Without suggesting anything, I had quite a lot of dads. So throughout my varsity, I'd get contacted by, like, it was like a rotation. So today I'd be called by, you know, the engineer. Tomorrow I'd be called by, you know, the businessman. The other day I'd be called by this one or that one. So, you know, then my dad kind of joined the rotation, and then that was just, you know, my life. That's just how I lived. And then I finished varsity and then my internship. So I remember I'm touching briefly on how I first met and had a sit down with him when I was like 21. I was now doing my internship. So when we had that sit down, he basically told me the story of how they met and how it led to, you know, a child, and how there was a fallout, and, you know, how it led to 21 years later, and this is where we are. So then again, the love bombing, you know, that one he will bomb you with all sorts of lava dava dava doo. And when he comes around, I feel the love, because, you know, I don't have a relationship with you. It's exciting to have a sit down with you.
oh my gosh, so this is what it feels like to be one up.
Because I had never had that experience. Yo, okay, love bombing. Then guy, I remember when I was now doing my internship, he lived somewhere around, like, close by. He lived like maybe 20 minutes away, but like it was around the same, I'd say the same area. It was in the north. So then, okay, now it should be much easier for us to have a connection. Then I remember shortly after, one of my cousins from his side of the family, I think they were planning a 16th birthday party for her, and then it was the day, and then he came and fetched me, and that's when I got introduced to his whole family, like basically his brothers, his nephews and nieces, all the cousins, you know, all the aunts and whatever. And they are a really cool bunch, and I just couldn't understand this whole entire time, why couldn't you do something like this, you know. Then that's when I met, like, I call him my brother, but like he's my cousin. But you know, in African culture, we're all brothers and sisters. I met my brother, I met my sister, and we're really cool, we're tight like this. And then, hey, my graduation came, right? And the planning was happening. I was basically gonna fund everything, because I carry you are working. What more do you want? So I remember it coincided with the time when I was traveling. I also mentioned it in one of the story times on how I was traveling, going around quite a lot. So my graduation week, I think it was a Thursday, and that week I was in the Northwest, and I had to find my way from Northwest to Vanderbilt Park and book somewhere for the night, or, you know, be with some friends, just, you know, celebrate until the next day. And, you know, just looking forward to our graduation. Then, okay, so the agreement with my dad was that he would pick me up in Northwest, and he would drive me to Vanderbilt Park in the morning, like the day of the graduation. But by that point, I think I had been ghosted so much that I knew, oh, this guy is overselling whatever he's selling, but he's just overselling it. So according to him, he was gonna pick me up and drop me off at school, and, you know, he would have arranged a makeup artist, a hairstylist, my outfit, and everything will be ready. Then I'd have a whole glam squad that is busy with this girl, and then I'd graduate, and then when I'm done, then we drive over to where he lives, and there'd be a whole graduation party, graduation bride celebration going on. But by this point, I feel like we all knew the kind of person my dad is or was. By that point, even my mom's family knew, like my grandmother knew, my uncles, we all knew. Like, you know, when you just, it's like you're just blowing off steam, but we know that you're just talking. So I made the means to travel from Northwest to the Val the day before. I did my hair, I found my outfit, bought my shoes, and I was with my friends the whole night. It was amazing. We woke up in the morning and we were getting ready, and the excitement was just, you know, then my family came to my friend's house. I'll see if I can find some pictures. It was a really, really wonderful day. I'll find some pictures. And I was with my ninjas. It was just really nice. Where was my dad? I've been calling him from the day before and he had been unreachable. So imagine if I was still stuck in the Northwest waiting for him to pick me up in the morning, right? Nowhere to be found. Moto, hi, nowhere to be found. Okay, fine, no problem. Then the festivities began. Then we went to the main hall, we graduated, and then after that it's pictures galore. And then after that we all drove off, like with my family, we drove to my uncle's house, and there was a young bride, you know, young dinner. Some relatives came over. I just say congratulations, you know, you made it, we're happy for you, civil engineering is not a child's play, all great. And obviously by the end of the night everyone's tired, we went to sleep. Like, my family is not the type that will go heavy on like alcohol and loud music and gumbaza. No, it'll just be, you know, chilled vibes, you know, eat the shop, you sit, you eat, just talking, chit chatter, homanat, it's fine shop. Then we went to sleep. My dad is still nowhere to be found. The next day I'm still trying to call him, my dad is still nowhere to be found. The next day was a Friday, so by the next Monday I had to be in, I think PE. I think PE or North. No, I was in the Northwest. The next Monday I had to be Mpumalanga, I remember. So I had to first check into our office in the morning, and then that's when I would be, you know, transported to my next destination. Still no word from my dad. Nothing. Then hi, okay, it's fine, no problem. I think he was in limbo for like 2 weeks. He was just nowhere to be found for like 2 weeks. And then one day when I was traveling like from work to my hotel, then I decided, let me call him again. I think I was done being angry at that point. Then I decided to call my dala, and the phone rings and he answers. So you are alive. You are alive and kicking, and you actually have a phone. You are able to say hello, but you didn't have the decency to say hello. I'm not coming. Hello. I won't make it. Hello. Our plans. Hello. Something. Anyone. Hi. Anyone. Hello. Nothing. So obviously then a story comes up. If it's not the network with my dad, or it lost my phone, or it's always the craziest of things, man. And they just, my thinking is like, you're not the only one that has my number. You know, if you can't get hold of me because your phone is giving you problems, I'm sure someone else has my number, or there's someone else with a phone. You know, it's always been that way. Whether it's my cell phone number, my account number, bona, there will be a story. If there's anything my dad does without fail, it's tell a story. So hi, okay, now he's telling a story, and it doesn't matter at this point. I just think the mere decency to let me know, you know, at the very least, to say Bunyani, I would have been stuck in the Northwest and I would still be waiting for you. But where now you didn't see it fit to let me know at the very least the day before, hey, I'm not gonna make it, make another plan, you know, to say the plans we had. Imagine if I was just stuck there waiting, no outfit, nothing, no transport, no means to, like, nothing, you know. Then there was a bit of a, you know, there was a bit of a push and pull here and there, and then I just left it, and then he ghosted for a little while again, and then what can I say? So by then I get it's 2017. Now, end of 2017, that's when I bought my car, right? Remember my graduation was in April. So from April until December, there was no conversation between my dad and I, like none whatsoever. There was just ghosty vibes. And then I remember somewhere towards body year ends, like towards the festive. Then he called me, on some because by now he knew, like through through the grapevine, we know now you have a car. Then he calls me on some, so when are you planning on going home? Then I was like, and then I told him a day, and then he's like, yeah, we should go together. So because by then I was still scared of driving, and I was still scared of driving on my own, and then I agreed, and then we drove home together. And can I say, from the day we drove home together during the festive season, it was 2017, there was no word from my dad for 2 years from then. 2 years. 2 years of silence. Obviously in between I'm trying to contact him, maybe it goes to voicemail, or it's like, hello, okay, I'll get back to you, then then it doesn't get back to you. 2 entire 24 months. You know how long 2 years is? You know how long? My son is 2 years old now, and I just feel like he's been here forever. 2 years is a long time. 2 years of like complete silence. But in this 2 years, I'm still keeping in touch with, like my cousins, my uncles, to say, there's a new family that, I got for free. So why waste it? But, that's just to say, hey, daddies. Hey. Daddies sometimes are weird, eh? It is weird. And you don't realize what you don't have until you see what others have, right? So one of my friends has, in fact, I think all my friends that I can think of, they have amazing relationships with their daddies. Like they'll post their dad, ooh, daddy mama, ooh, daddy. This other one, like I know her dad gets her whatever she wants, anything and everything she wants, her dad will get it for her. I know this for a fact. And like Mwana Papa, she's the daddy's girl. Then you wonder, what's wrong with me? What? Then I think back to the number of times where he rocked up and it looked like I would get my chance, my opportunity to be Mwana Papa, and then before I can be Mwana Papa, he disappears. He disappears into thin air. And then, hey, deadbeat dads. So even now, I can't confirm where my dad is. The last time we spoke, he said he would call me back, and I know it's been a couple of months, and yeah. So that's just the general weather, the general temperature in the room, the general, partly cloudy between my dad and I, but that's the norm. At least he's alive. It's all like a pillow, but some things in life are just so dysfunctional, just very dysfunctional. But what can we say? Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Thrive Out Loud. Just a reminder about the house rules. In here, we like, we comment, we subscribe, we turn on the bell notification, we share, and we tell a friend to tell another friend to grab some popcorn because it is cozy in here. See you next time. Bye.